I wake up at 8:19 p.m. and I wonder what I can get done today from the time that I just kind of wasted asleep. Or maybe I could just move on to a completely nocturnal schedule. This is December 16th, 2007, I think. Nothing worth filming happened today. I didn't even open the shades once. Only went outside once to eat dinner. For lunch I ate Chinese food leftovers from yesterday. My fridge really doesn't have much in it. Just pomegranate limeade. Spend most of the day reading comic books. Taking in comic book versions of the Wild West. Of teen angst. Of love. And sex. And especially of America. According to this pile of comic books, being an American is being badass. I mean, kind of weird comic book version of religion, of nationality, and of history. Especially the Vietnam War. But maybe some wars, or some histories, are better told through the comic book. The Preacher, if anything, doesn't address religion, but rather addresses the question of America, being less about God even, in a Syrian sense at least, and more about the idealism of America and the idealism that surrounds our world and our society, combating both the blatant racism and the horrors and atrocities that Jesse Custer, the titular character, meets in his travels across the great frontier, going everywhere from San Francisco to Texas to Louisiana to New York, and all the horrors he experiences there in his comic book land, versus his constant imaginary companion, John Wayne, everything that's good about America, and everything that's good about Jesse Custer, his ego, his pride, his unrelenting drive, his badassness. I can't say I have much comic book sensibility. In fact, I don't really have much of anything today. I haven't had much to eat. I haven't done much. I haven't talked much. I haven't accomplished much. I haven't identified or thought about things. I've just explored comic book worlds and internet worlds, electronic worlds. And maybe I would have explored some televisual worlds if I even bothered to go and turn on the TV. But in my case, even that would have been too much work. Seeing I don't have a television in my room, I did the next best thing. Waste time on the internet. Because why do you need cable when you have Wikipedia? I mean, I don't even really have to leave my room. I can just kind of sit here. And say what I need to say. I have a friend who lives like this, actually, who spends his time just, rather than being exploring the world outside his room, explores the world that is available from inside. The worlds in his video games, the worlds on the internet. And it's a pretty bleak vision. There are some pretty horrifying places. Actually, incredibly horrifying. There's some people who just spend every single one of their days locked up inside their rooms. And what's disturbing to imagine is not how hard it is to spend every day it is and how horrifying today was, but how easy it is to spend days waking up at 8 p.m. and going to bed past 4 a.m. You know. In Japan, it's called hikikomori, and he went so far to make an entire anime centered around a man who never leaves his room. First episode, he hallucinates a lot. I mean, I guess Sadie Benning was also a hikikomori in a way. And she videotaped it well. But she was having major identity issues. She was a lesbian and...
Yeah, I'll get married and wear an apron like my mother. Only my husband can't.
You know, she wanted to be a man. I, on the other hand, don't have any identity issues. I mean, I don't even have much of an identity, I feel. I am an American, I guess. But that's different from comic book America. From what I understand, Sadie Benning just filmed all her films inside her room, really not talking to, you know, with the shades down, everything closed, a known little cellular world where she can set everything up perfectly. I haven't really set up anything at all. I mean, even my wall of CDs hasn't quite finished, something that I meant to get done at some point this semester. But I got 3 rows done, then called in a break. I'm still on that break. I mean, today really was one of those days where I kept human contact with other people to a minimum, where I didn't feel quite as comfortable as I usually do when talking to my friends or close associates or people I live with. I haven't had much to eat. I haven't done much. I haven't talked much. I haven't accomplished much. I haven't identified or thought about things. I've just explored comic book worlds and internet worlds, electronic worlds. I mean, I'm not Sadie Benning. She has a lesbianism, an identity crisis to record. I don't have anything. I mean, I guess if I just go through the whole day without doing anything, by doing nothing constructive, I guess all the things that I do, read and watch and look at and do, are the real things, you know? In comparison. I mean, what's comic book history compared to absolutely no history? Or comic book Americans compared to no America?